Hello, everyone. It's me, Andrew. I'm here at Star Cottage Studio in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Hopefully, y'all have been doing well today. Yeah, it's been a busy day so far. We've got a lot of stuff going on. If you didn't see last week, I was very fortunate to attend Touchstone Center for Crafts in Farmington, Pennsylvania. And I worked with Barbara McFadden, and it was a really lovely week. I had previously taken her workshop at Aeromont. And so we talked about doing an independent study, and I started because the class size was kind of small. Um, she had time to kind of do what she needed to do with the other students, but also to work with me if I needed help. And so basically, I used the opportunity to do different things that I've had on my bucket list. The bucket list. I constantly create kind of lists of things projects that I want to try out. And so I was very fortunate and able to get kind of a lot of things kind of crossed off the list. I still have more, of course. So I've been trying to continue this work so I don't kind of fall too far behind. I've also been trying to not only just do the things that I wanted to do, but kind of do deep dives in them. So what that means is instead of just like getting the surface kind of introduction to a project or a process, kind of really got kind of dig down and see like the firing temperatures and really get to know the process. So I've been trying to keep that up so I don't lose my momentum since I got back from Touchstone. And yeah, so that's what I've been kind of doing. A lot of emails today, of course. There's always, it seems like a lot of emails. And I feel like Mercury is going into retrograde soon. So, of course, there's always snafus with different things. So yeah. So for tonight, I'm not going to dilly dally too long because I do have those experiments that I want to get back to. So tonight is going to be $20 everything night. I'm going to be doing some really pretty massive savings on some things, and yeah. So I see a couple folks have tuned in. Let's see who's watching. Michelle's watching. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Susie, our neighbor's watching. Hey, Susie. Yeah, so I'm going to do the $20 deal tonight. I thought I had paper already cut up, and oh, it's over here. Still needs to be cut up, but closer than I was before, right? So hopefully y'all have been doing well. What have y'all been up to? Have y'all been doing anything interesting today? I know a lot of folks are just trying to keep their heads above water and not, freak out too hard with some certain things going on in the world today. And I get that and I feel that. And that's kind of why one of the reasons why I've been kind of trying to focus on stuff that I can have an impact on. And also, whimsy is underrated in our world these days, even though it's so important. I think if we all could just focus on creating things and being a part of a kind of a, I don't know, something, if we realize that we are part of something bigger than ourselves and kind of focus on that, I think we'd be all the better for it. If you didn't see, William has been working. He's been working on the website. It's kind of a work in progress. So it's something that, we are taking some of the feedback as we receive it and tweaking things and adjusting things and kind of dialing down all the different things that we need to do. We'll see how that goes. We are also having a sale in the online store. So if you didn't know about that, we've got that going on. Let me see if I can find the banner. Save 25% off online orders using discount code July 4th. So if you want to have a little bit of extra savings, that's one way that you can do that. You can take advantage of that right away at www.allegorygallery.com and use the coupon code July 4th and you can save 25% off. And that includes William's new pottery, which is very generous of him. I know some of y'all out there are very supportive and have been supportive of his maker kind of him making things and kind of getting his own kind of thing that he does, and have been supporting his ceramics. The words, y'all, not coming easy today. Anyway, so y'all have been supporting those, and if you're interested to continue that support so that he can keep going to classes and keep, experimenting and getting glazes and different things like that, take advantage of the sale. Buy one of his pots. It would mean a lot to him, I know, and of course to me, because what's good for him is good for me. All right, so I have mentioned the sale. He's been working really exceptionally hard on the website and been kind of moving things around with that. It's not as easy as it seems, because me, having not known anything, last time I did web design kind of stuff was probably 20 years ago, and it's a lot different, y'all. So I'm like, oh, just move this over here. And he's like, because it's not as simple as just like moving something from over there to over there. There's a lot of stuff that goes into like when you move something over there, something else shifts and all this other stuff. So he's been trying to work on that. I also wanted to remind folks that we have a class coming up. It's at Contemporary Craft. It's on Saturday, this Saturday. So in just a few days, and it's going to be all about decals on enamel. I know a lot of folks have been admiring some of my decal work, and I would like to share that information with folks, and we'll be doing custom decals as well. So it's not just like prefab stuff and all that, but we're also going to be making our own decals, and hopefully if we have time, we'll get into kind of like customizing it. I know that with enameling, the classes, even if they are like on the longer side, sometimes they seem incredibly short. So it seems like it's a smaller class this time, so we'll be able to get a lot more done. I'm also going to be teaching a class in the beginning of August called Razzle Dazzle. And Razzle Dazzle is all about how to add sparkle and shimmer and shine to your enamel work. So we're going to be doing a lot of different stuff, and I'm really excited for that one. That one I think is going to be like my favorite of all of them. It does mean that I have to like write all my experiments down and kind of create that because I don't really have that already. So some of the stuff I already have kind of in different documents and different forms, and I can kind of copy and paste and Frankenstein stuff together. But with this, it's going to be a little bit new stuff. So I'm going to have have William kind of take notes over my shoulder as I do them, because and make sure I don't forget anything. Because that's the other thing is I do so many different things and I test so many different things that sometimes it all gets all. So yeah. All right. Let's see what folks are saying. Angela's watching. Hey, Angela. Angel says whimsy is underrated. I think it's one of those things where, there's a lot of emphasis on the hustle in our culture and this like idea of success. And I think with the idea of whimsy is akin to following your bliss. It's kind of following your joy and not putting so much emphasis on this like constant grind. So there, I feel like with Whimsy, there's opportunities for moments of magic and kind of that feeling of something that makes their heart light and not so like bogged down by everything. So that's what I try to do with some of my work. I know some of the other work I make is a little heavy and it's hard to look at sometimes, but you have to have the balance. All things in balance, both virtue and vice, as above, so below. I use that quote, maybe not that specific quote, but I use that kind of talk when I'm talking about doing counter enamels. So, anyways, that's me segueing back to the class on Saturday. I'm super excited about that. And if you are in the Pittsburgh area or you want to come to the Pittsburgh area, we still have open seats for that. So surprisingly, we have open seats for that. So that is on Saturday. So check that out. We are going to be closed. And speaking of the class on Saturday, we're going to be closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the physical store. That's in observance of the 4th of July. Um, we never really take a real break, I should add, but we're kind of taking that off. I know that's a day that William's grandma that's her birthday, and it would be nice to kind of, not have to hustle and have a day to kind of be at home and do some projects at home that we've been putting off, and let y'all go out and have fun. We've been in business for over 13 years, and we've tested out trying to do 4th of July, being open for 4th of July weekend, and it's never been super duper busy. So yeah, we want to be able to let people enjoy time with their families or just have a day off and not worry about stuff. So we'll be reopening in the physical store the following week, with all things, uh, how do they say that? When I don't know, it's a saying that's like all things considered. I don't know. The words went away. But yeah, so we'll be closed this weekend. If you do celebrate the 4th of July, we hope you have a very happy 4th of July and you're able to celebrate and have a good time. I know that it's all of our holidays nowadays are kind of, mixed. They're kind of bittersweet, I guess, especially when we talk about things like, patriotism and things like that. Anyways, I'm gonna not digress too far. Michelle says that she's learning a triangle shape from Off the Beaten Path, found it on YouTube. Triangle shape. Oh, well, good luck. Have fun with that. I don't know what that one is. It's always funny because all of the bead names all kinds of sound the same. Because my friend Heather, she used to have a company called Off the Beaten Path, and it looks like you're looking at somebody who's named Off the Beaded Path, and so they kind of sound the same, but they're different. I'm assuming, unless it's Heather DeSimone, in which case, um, nice. Anyways, it was like, yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna be doing a $20 night tonight. I'm gonna show you before we launch fully into it. I'm gonna show you a little preview of some of the things that I've been working on, the things I worked on last night, and some things I worked on today. Some of them successful, some of them not successful. So you'll just have to see what that entails. All right, you're going to see the ceiling for a second or two. Oh, one good thing. William fix the my phone because I was having a hard time charging it, and it didn't seem like the cables were charging it. You know what it was? There was lint shoved in the hole, and it was blocking the ability for it to connect. So he found some tweezers and pulled all the lint out, and it's working real good now. So hooray for that. All right, so I'm going to show you some of the things I'm been experimenting with. These ones are not for sale tonight. I know some folks are like, when are you going to sell these? And I'm not sure yet. I want to set these. So during my week at Touchstone, I was fortunate enough to work with Barbara McLeod. And one of the things we talked about is stuff that we wanted to do that we haven't had a chance to do yet. So one of those techniques is this 24 karat gold leaf, full 24 karat gold leaf sgraffito on enamel. And I showed the finished kind of bird head that I did in the class. And I wanted to keep trying it because, it's different when you do something in class and you're using the school's kind of materials. And then when you go home, it can be a little bit different. So this is one of the pieces that I worked on. That's a little cat face. And I'm going to set this. I also made a bunny rabbit. And that is also going to get put set. And yeah, so I'm excited about that. And so I have these ones. These are all enamel. And then this one is kind of like a forest spirit, kind of Green Man style. And I grew up loving the artwork of Brian Froud and Wendy Froud. And so that's kind of like in my subconscious. Um, and I've been fortunate enough to meet them, which was fun. So these ones are all done with 24 karat gold leaf on enamel. I do want to save up and get some more 24 karat gold leaf because I don't have very much left. And I think the eyes turned out particularly well on this one. And this is all enamel, vitreous enamel. So I'm going to set all these. And I don't know if I'm going to make pins or if I'm going to make pendants or what, but I'm going to make them. So these are the successes. But sometimes when I'm making things, I also make some stuff that doesn't always turn out. And so one of the things that didn't turn out is I made these ones. So these ones are pieces that I did, but I wasn't really happy with them, which is funny because after I did this, I became more happy with them. So I made them like this graffito style, and then I made these ones, and I wasn't 100% happy with them, so I decided to experiment more with them. And I think that sometimes that's really helpful, especially as far as like discovering new things or trying new stuff out. And so as far as the successfulness of this, I don't know, we'll see. I'm kind of on the fence about it, but so I did this technique and this on these and the same technique. However, I wasn't happy with them. So what I did is I ended up putting 2015 golden clear on top with the idea of it like bringing out the gold. Well, it turns out you can't really make gold more gold because 24 karat gold is like the goldest gold you can get. So what happened was some of that gold leaf ended up sinking and it ended up becoming really dark. And so the other last week, one of the things that I experimented with were these mica enriched watercolors, and I had done them on a white background. And I think y'all saw that. And I wasn't really happy with that because depending on the light that you looked at them, the image kind of disappeared. It was kind of like invisible ink in some ways, and it kind of just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. So in one particular light, it looked awesome, but in most lights, it kind of just looked blah, like it wasn't anything. So I had wanted to have these like dark backgrounds because when you put the mica on a black background, it really makes the mica or iridescent colors really rich. So I had these pieces that were they were overdone and had a lot of black in them. So I decided to add this like mica to them. And if you go to my Instagram, you can kind of see the thought process with some of the color choices. Um, this one I think turned out pretty good. Like, even though like this one, I think the colors are not quite right. Because when you wash off the excess mica, what happens? So, firstly, the only thing that sticks to the enamel is what is in direct contact with the enamel. So, you can have something and build up lots of layers, and the top layers kind of just wash right off. So, there's that. Number two, sometimes when you put them in the kiln, sometimes the mica changes color. And that could be, it could change the color completely, or sometimes it can go one way or it can go the other. Um, you never know unless you do some tests. And I have done some tests. Um, but my test tile, I couldn't find my test tiles. So I tried to do it from memory and I ended up painting some areas and they turned out more kind of a violety blue than white. So that was the mistake on my part because this was all kind of like this kind of silvery cream color when I put this on, and now it's kind of like faintly bluish, kind of purpley lavender. So this one was only okay. I could fix that if I wanted to. This one, the Monarch Butterfly, I had all these kind of like orangey tones in there, like a real Monarch, and all those kind of darker tones kind of washed away, and it made this kind of just that one kind of that golden color. So I think I could kind of fix both of these to kind of color correct them, but also to kind of get them, where I'd want them. So I could do some washes of China paint and make them a little bit more to the way that I wanted. Of course, I have to let it sit because, the funny thing is that after I did this to these pieces, I looked at the pictures of before and I actually liked the old pictures. So I was like, what am I doing? Going around and adding all this like Technicolor stuff to it when I could have just left it like these ones. But sometimes you have to mess around to find out. Now this one I think actually looks cuter like the in this version than the first version. So and I got the flowers, this little mandrake. I got the flowers a little bit more to my liking because I had them look a little bit different before. So this one turned out pretty cute, I think. And I was able to do a little bit of sgraffito into the mica surface, so you can see a little bit more detail in that. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's like little lines and stuff on the root and little bumps and stuff. And I think that the gold underneath that's kind of bleeding up through it kind of adds to it. I don't know how well you can see that, but I think that turned out pretty cute. I could also, if I wanted to accentuate this, what I would do is I'd take the China paint and add a little bit of shadows and kind of play around with that if I decided to do that. Michelle says, "Oh, the live show." the silky smoothness better. The live shows the silky smoothness better. Oh, thanks. So yeah, so this is kind of this me saving these pieces. I don't like to just like give up on stuff. Sometimes it's better just to like start over, especially if you're under like a time crunch and you don't really have um the ability to like change stuff. It's better just to like start over if you can. With this though, I don't need these for a particular project, so it's mostly for my kind of edification and learning. So that's what I did. So, if I want to go back in, I'm going to probably go back in with a couple of light China paint washes, and just to get the colors where I want them to be. I don't know if it's going to affect the shimmer and shine on these pieces or not, but you never know. So, it's an experiment, and I have to remind myself not to get too hung up on the details because sometimes if it doesn't turn out the way you want, it can be disappointing. And I've seen where people have been disappointed by something not working out the way they think it should, and then just being so crestfallen and disappointed, they kind of give up. So I want to do the opposite. Instead of kind of giving up, is really embracing the process and trying to learn from it. So you just never know how that's going to go. But I'm going to try and try to learn from these pieces. All right, so this is what I've been working on. I've been having a lot of fun with this, and I hope to continue with my experimentations. I have a bunch of stuff that I want to try, and hopefully, I will be able to try it before I have to leave for Haystack. So, I'm going to be leaving for Haystack in just a little over a week and a half. And so I'm super excited to be going. It's going to be my first time going, but I am nervous. So, there's just a lot of moving parts, especially when you're trying to travel and move and get stuff and bring it with you. I'm going to be taking a workshop directly after at Pocosin, which is in North Carolina, in Columbia, North Carolina, and it's directly after my time at Haystack. So I'm going to have to bust a move and, for one, drive down from Maine down to North Carolina. And one of the things I also have to do is I have to pack for that second class so that because I'm not going to have time to stop at home because I'll be more close to the coast. And that's kind of like a 4 to 6 to 8 hour drive out of the way. So, anyways, I'm going to try and get everything in line before I have to leave. And that includes for the second class as well. So it's going to be interesting. I don't even know if I have enough clothes to last 3 weeks. So we'll see how that shakes out. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. William's been working on a lot of different things, particularly with the website. And if he's able to join us later on, I'll let him tell you more about what he's been up to. All right. So let's see. If anybody else is watching, let me know. It's always nice to see who is watching. And yeah, I always like it. So if you're watching, let me know where you're from and what you're up to. If you're making anything or just hanging out or what, I'd love to hear. All right. So I'm going to jump right into the live sales. So if you missed my kind of announcement, tonight is going to be all about $20 deals. Everything's going to be $20. And so that means we're going to do some really fun prices. So tonight is going to be only $20. So that's OTD1 is the first one. And the first one, let's start with this was 26. Let's bring it down to 20. There's only one of these available. And let me show you what we got. Wow. It's this really lovely, bright, this very lovely, it looks like it's a banded agate. And it's on this kind of warm, rich orange, kind of creamsicle colors. These are really pretty. They're big. Was $26, now only $20. So $6 savings. One of these strands available. These are kind of large. I feel like they're large. And yeah, let's see, how big is this? So these measure approximately, it's hard to say because the calipers are dead. I'm like, where does this start? All right. So that's about 19 millimeters by about 35 millimeters by 19 millimeters. And this strand is, I don't know where the ruler is. Oh, here it is. So this strand is 12, 13, 14, 15 and a half, 15 and a half for this. This kind of looks like it's an alabaster, banded one that they used to carve like owls and stuff from, but I believe it's an agate. So OTD1, $20. If you're interested in acquiring this, it's first come, first serve. Send us an email to info@allegorygallery.com. And if you're sending an email and you win it, you're going to purchase it. It's first come, first serve. Send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com. If you are a new person, let us know your shipping address so that we can get those to you. And if you have a different email address than the one that you're emailing from, because sometimes boy, I sucked down my throat the wrong direction. But here we are. All right. So, so yeah, so everything's $20 tonight. OTD1, only $20. Let's do these ones, these aquamarine rondelles. I think these are exceptionally lovely. Let's see, how many of these do I have? All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are really pretty aquamarine. They have the nice transparency to them, but there is a little bit of a gradation of color. So there's a little bit of that. So these are $20 a strand. I should mention that. And this is going to be OTD2 was 24 a strand, now $20 a strand. There's 6 strands available. If you're interested in those, send us an email and yeah, take advantage of that deal. And so these strands are, let's see, how big are these? All right, so that's about 12, 13, 14, 15, about 15 inches or so. And those are these ones. Only $20 for per strand. All right. And they have a very lovely kind of pale blue. Some of these have a little bit of a greeny, kind of a golden color. I think they're really lovely. All right. Let's see how big these are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 millimeters or so. Some of them are slightly larger. Like this one looks like it's a 5 millimeter. And then by about 3-ish. And I have 6 strands of this available. All right, so this is OTD1. This is OTD2. Here's my lucky penny in case you were wondering. And then let's do something else. All right, let's do a plot twist. I know we've had a lot of gemstones on so far. All right, this is some antique check glass. These are really lovely. This is going to be, there's 1 strand of this available. OTD3 was $28, now $20 tonight. There's 1 of these available. Let me see, there's 1 of these available. And these are really lovely. These are antique check glass. They glow under the black light. I don't have my black light here. Otherwise, I would light it up and show you. And this is a fairly large strand. So this is about a 10-inch, 9-inch, 10-inch strand. Looks like there's 2 sizes. So there's a smaller size at the top and then this bigger size at the bottom. So the smaller size are 2, 4, 6, 7. The larger size is 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of those. And that's a big strand. They do glow under a black light. And that's OTD3, antique check glass. So so far everything's available unless something's up. So yeah, so we've got a lot of fun things that going. I'm just gonna keep going. It's pretty quiet tonight, but we're gonna just keep going. All right, so these are lovely. There's a whole little mini strand of these little raku beads. Look how colorful these are. Look how fun these are. I love raku beads. These are really fun. All right, so those are handmade. I think it's something Yaz beads. Susie's watching. Hey, Susie. This is gonna be OTD4. These were $24 for the strand. Now tonight, only $20. 1 of these strands available. All right, and on this strand, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 of those raku beads. A lot of flash on those. A lot of kind of metallic bling. I think it would be fun to. I know we're not doing mix and match tonight, and I'm trying to speed through as quickly as possible. But I think this could be cool. These 2 particularly, because they have like a contrasting. So that orange and kind of a creamsicle orange with that kind of pale blue, I think is a nice contrast. If you work with these 2, this kind of brings out those kind of golden colors in there. I don't know if the aquamarine will fluoresce or not under a black light, but that could bring out some of those lovely tones. See how that kind of brings those out? I think that could be really fun. So, and then these, if you put these with the aquamarine, it would pull out those kind of blues and that kind of those greens in there. And these little, they kind of look like little swirly knots. And so, yeah. Susan says, what are OTD2? And Michelle says, aquamarine. So they're really lovely aquamarine. So this is like a agate, a banded agate, aquamarine, antique Czech glass, and Raku ceramics. Susan's watching. Howdy, Susan. So yeah, that's what we've got. All right, I got a claim for OTD4. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. All right, I'm going to clear the decks and we'll get started with that. All right. Hopefully y'all are having a good night so far. Are y'all eating anything good? I'm really hungry. I've been really hungry lately. So I don't know if I'm like brooding or nesting or whatever it is. But I've been so hungry lately. I made kind of like a cake and then put this kind of blueberry kind of pudding on top and then put some vanilla wafers on top of that. It actually it turned out pretty good, I think. All right, let's do some more unusual things. Okay, I got a claim for OTD 2 and 3 times 1. Okay. So I think OTD 2 and 3, there's 5 left of the aquamarine, and the antique Czech glass is sold out. All right, so I had these a while ago on the show, and these are artisan made. I can't remember who made it. I want to say it's Stephanie Delman, but I could be making that up. And these are these borosilicate kind of ruffles. Susie says, I'm cooking rice and going to put blackberry basil chicken burger on top. That sounds great. I think I'm going to make kind of like, I'm not really in the mood for gumbo. And I don't really have all this stuff for that. But I'm maybe going to make something. What's the one that's a rice dish? It's kind of like, it's like, because we have some fake sausages. And I think I'm gonna like cut some vegetables up and like it's kind of like dirty rice. I don't know if y'all know what dirty rice is, but it's a southern thing. All right, so this is gonna be OTD5. This was $24 for all 3. Now it's $20 for all 3. These would be a lot individually. If we sold them, probably I would say almost $20 for the big ones. But since we're doing a deal, let's do a deal. All right. So I think it's cool to look at this, by the way, how different it looks with a white background. So on the white background, you're getting like all these fiery colors. And then on here, you're kind of getting these kind of like the purples. Jambalaya. I think that's kind of like that. I don't know. There's another one. And etouffee. Etouffee? Am I making that up? Anyway, so this is OTD 5, only $20. You get all three for only $20. We're having a $20 deal day. Only $20. All right, what else we got? Ooh, let's do this. All right, so this is Char White. These are Char White coins, little puffed coins. I can always tell that it's, these are also $24. I basically rated a lot of the $24. So you're going to be saving right off the bat. I'll have one of these, was 24, now 20. There's one of these available. Angela says, we call it red rice, Gula specialty. Vicky's watching. Howdy, Vicky. So this is for these beautiful Char White puffed coins. And so with Char White, you get sometimes that intense purple. This is not dyed. That's how it comes. And then the other thing that you get is this kind of like shampoo effect. I don't know if you can see that or not on screen. These are really lovely. The coins are approximately, oh boy, this is going to be interesting to see because the digital calipers aren't working. I don't really use those anyways. They're about 8mm by about 4. 8x4. These are this strand is about, this is 12 inches, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16-inch strand Char White coins. And I think these go together. Look at this. Wouldn't that be fun? It picks up the purples and violets and that borosilicate. These, you know what they remind me of? They remind me of tide pools, and they have kind of like a tide pool roughly ring. And if you've ever been to the tide pool, specifically in the Pacific Northwest or in like off of San Francisco, they actually have this kind of weird kind of neon kind of luminescence to them. They're not bioluminescent necessarily, but they have this very unusual coloring that I've never really seen anywhere else. Maybe in some flowers, it's kind of got that glow to them, but yeah. So OTD 5 is still available. OTD 6 is still available. And let's see what's next. Speaking of that kind of color, these ones were a little bit spendy, y'all. And they glow. These are a chalcedony, a dyed chalcedony. This is going to be OTD 7. And they were 28. Now only 20. There's one of these available. So they're these faceted kind of lozenge shapes or cornerless rectangles. This is dyed chalcedony. This is beautiful blue, almost minty, kind of fluorescent. I love this stuff. I love the chalcedony because it looks kind of like a little bit milky and kind of opalescent. And it's just that lovely color. All right, so this is all tide pool colors, y'all. All right, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is a 16-inch strand. And these ones measure approximately About 10. By about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 14, 10 by 14 by 1, 2, about 5, 6, 10 by 14 by 6. And this is OTD7. These are really beautiful, very lovely. I love that color. And together with the purple, I like that also. So I think these could all live in the same kind of universe. All right. So I have, those are all still available. Let me go and pull another thing for your consideration tonight. This is our $20 deal night. As long as we've got the dyed chalcedony out. Let's do these great big ones. All right, so these are all different. Michelle says those are really cool. Thank you. So this is also dyed chalcedony. So it has that kind of milky translucency. This is a shorty strand. It's approximately 8 inches. These are irregular. And so they're all different sizes. These ones I think are a little bit better dye job than these ones, but they're similar. They're in that kind of seafoam green. So this is going to be OTD8 was 26, now 20, because this is our only $20 deal day for these big dyed chalcedony. All right, so this is what I've got on the board. I think all of these could go well together, and you could make some really lovely things with that. All right, so OTD8, only $20. All right, let me start clearing the deck. These are all still available, so if you're interested, keep that in mind. If there is anything that you're looking for, let me know, and I'll kind of keep an eye out for it. I always like for people to tell me what they're looking for, because you never know what I'm going to come across, and sometimes I may decide to feature one thing and not another thing. So yeah, let me know if there's anything that you're looking for. Tonight is the $20 deal night, so you can let me know what you're looking for, and maybe if I can make it $20, I will. You never know. You never know. All right, so this is the dyed chalcedony. I love those. I don't know. Are y'all bored of dyed chalcedony? I think it's pretty fun. I like it. All right. Let me push this off to the side so you don't get distracted. I do need to go through some of this stuff. I was looking through some of the stuff the other night, and I was like, what is this doing here? So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be gone for like a month. So let's do some pearls. And I'm going to pick some expensive pearls. So y'all pearl lovers out there, better get your fingers ready. All right. So we've had this on the show before, and they were 36, they were 28, and now I'm going to put them to 20. I thought I wanted to do a good deal, get people excited for this. Like hip hip hooray. I'm not making any money on these at this point, but that's all right. I want people to get excited. All right. So this is OTD 9. These are these beautiful freshwater pearl coin pearls. Got a beautiful gold color. They're dyed. And they're just really luxe. I mean, they look expensive. They were expensive, and I brought the price down. These are really good, like quality with a luster. They've got that kind of metallic rainbow flash iridescence to them, which I think is really lovely and a sign of a good kind of quality pearl. These are about 12 millimeter across for the pearls, and then let's see how thick they are. About 5 millimeters. I don't see any claims for this, and I'm concerned because this is a great deal. And these are these beautiful gold freshwater pearls. All right, so I'm gonna do. How about we do something different? How about one of these? Now, OTD9 has been claimed. Thank you. All right, now don't tell William. I mean, he's going to see it, so whatever. So this is Hill Tribe Silver. This is a Hill Tribe Silver Orchid. This was 36. We're just going to do 20. OTD10. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? 36. Now down to 20. Who am I? Only $20 today. There's one of these available. OTD10. Hill Tribe Silver Orchid. This from the Karen tribe in Thailand. This is all hand fabricated, which I think is wild. They trade the wild chilies and the honey for tools. Or is it like this? Let me see. Probably like this. So, I mean, either way, really. If you had it like this, you could dingle dangle something down. But I thought that orchids go like this. Well, either way, lovely, still lovely. Hill Tribe Silver Orchid pendant, and there's a slider bail and then a little bail. So theoretically, it's supposed to go like this. I don't know. I need to look at the flowers more, but I could have sworn that the little mouth hole goes at the bottom. So OTD 10. That was worth $36. Now only 20 today. All right, what goes with that? How about these? Since we're on this kind of like gold kick, how about these natural citrine? Boy, these are gonna put your eye out. They're so pretty. They're tumbled nuggets. There's a lot of material. And look how juicy these are. Look how juicy. That's like honey. Like a light honey, not dark honey. All right. So this is about a 12-inch strand. This is going to be OTD 11. And since it's $20 only tonight, you know how much it is. So 12-inch strand of this beautiful glowing citrine. This is a beautiful citrine. That bright kind of citrusy yellow. Lemony goodness. And there's all kinds of lovely inclusions. They're tumbled nuggets, and they're bright and shiny. And wherever there's little inclusions, there's these little rainbows, which I think is pretty cool. So only $20. 11 was 24 down to 20. All right. OTD 11, $20 only. And that's a good deal for that citrine. Holly's watching. Howdy, Holly. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. I got a claim for OTD 10. Thank you so much. So sold, still available. So this is the citrine, 12-inch strand citrine. That actually almost looks like topaz, but I don't think it's topaz for that much. All right. How about we do a little bit of black chalcedony and these fun kind of pear. This is a nice strand. All right. So it's a shorty strand. It's about a 7-inch strand. You can tell that it's not onyx because it's got those little light. See that little light spot? But these are double stuffed on this. And there's no spacers on this. And they've got this kind of elongated teardrop shape that's very smooth. They said it's black chalcedony, and it's approximately a 7-inch strand. They're really beautiful. Let's see, how big are they? They are about 7 millimeter by, this one is about 12-ish or so. So that would look really pretty with this. What do you think? I know in Pittsburgh, maybe I'm letting my Pittsburgh show, but black and gold is a popular color combination here. And I think that looks good. It's like a bee, like a honeybee. All right. OTD 11 has been claimed. Thank you so much. This is OTD 12. OTD 12. And this was 26. Now $20 today. Only one available. I think that's nice because you could get a lot out of this strand, this black strand, because you can make earrings. And Susie, our neighbor, is watching. Howdy, Susie. So you can make earrings. You could make a really fun bracelet with these. I think that could be really pretty. Now it says they're black, but in the right light, there's a couple that are a little bit brown. So these are a dark chalcedony, and they're really lovely. They've got a little bit of a glossiness to them, and a little bit of that kind of milkiness to them. All right, let me clear the area, and then you can see what's available, because we've sold some of these goodies. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I'm about to leave for a month, so it's going to be nice to have, we're trying really hard to make as much money as we can before I leave on the trip. I know William, he gets a little bit frantic when I'm gone. I mean, he does all right, but he does worry, because if I'm home, then I'm really good about like stretching money and like finding money in unusual places and kind of figuring things out. And so he gets a little bit nervous when I'm on the road. Because he's not shy about telling folks that he has anxiety. So I think sometimes it makes his anxiety kind of ratchet up a notch. But, he does realize that this is a really wonderful opportunity. Susie says, I have a strand of that chalcedony. It's really pretty. Yeah, I think it is too. It's really fun. So since we're on like the dark side, let's do some onyx. I have 2 strands of this. These are beautiful. These ones are, all right, let's see it. OTD 13, and we're gonna go, it was 26 a strand, now down to 20. We've got 2 strands of this available. These are about 15 or 12 to 15 millimeter approximately. And these are big strands. This is 12. Oh, this is the wrong, that's not it. These are onyx. These are 15 to 16 millimeters, and it's a $15 or 15-inch strand. And there's 2 of them available. And so these are really lovely, I think. So these are onyx. So they're opaque and black. About 15 inches. And they're these beautiful little pairs. They'll make great earrings. Maria Richmond, she had this thing where she called them wire squiggles and made this kind of frame that the teardrop beads, kind of the brillet beads, would sit in the middle of, and then have like this wire kind of like wild kind of nest at the top. And these would be great in that. So these are OTD 13. I've got 2 strands available. And there's, let's see how many beads are on a strand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. 25 beads. That's less than $1 a bead. And yeah, so that's OTD 13, only $20. I've got 2 strands of this available. All right, let's do a little bit more dark. Since we're on the dark side, let's continue. All right, y'all, get ready. So we've shown these before. This was the original price, 32 down to 28. This is a smoky quartz. Real pretty, real pretty. They've got all these kind of inclusions in them, so they kind of sparkle a little bit. These are just lovely. I should keep these. I'm thinking about it. This is smoky quartz, and this is going to be OTD 14. OTD 14 was 32, now only $20. One of these available. That's a beautiful, beautiful strand of smoky quartz. If you're a smoky quartz lover, you're going to love that strand. And these smoky quartz, they are, let's see, how big are they? They're about, let's say about 8 millimeter. 8 millimeter faceted rounds. These are really beautiful. This is OTD 14, only $20. Was 32, but for only $20 a day, the deal is $20. So we've got this kind of dark side collection. You know, so the thing about sometimes, I know sometimes people don't like black, but it is one of those ones that kind of goes with everything, and like a darker neutrals that go with everything. They're not as fun as like something festive and like, you know, neons and stuff, but they are a good neutral, so you can really use those to your advantage. So if you need to have anything that's like a spacer, you could use that as like a really luxe spacer, or to kind of really accentuate some of the other stones that we've shown tonight. I know like with that citrine, it would look smoking with that citrine and have all that kind of beautiful kind of transparent quartz that's in that rich warm colors, and get that nice kind of autumnal hues going with the smoky quartz with that citrine. Or if you really wanted to kind of like change it up, you could mix it with some of those freshwater pearls, that, or those coin pearls. They've got the similar silhouette profile with those round flat coins. However, with these are kind of round volume, but they would look smoking with that those freshwater pearls. So OTD 14, only $20, smoky quartz. All right, let's do one more kind of darker color, and then we'll move on. All right, so these are hematite. These are heavy duty, y'all. These are faceted, probably about 6 millimeter, 6 millimeter faceted hematite. These are heavy. They are got that kind of that iron in them, which makes them heavier. You can always tell what's real hematite and what's fake, because sometimes a fake hematite, it's got that kind of beautiful gunmetal color, but it weighs not very much. All right, so these were 24. I'm gonna mark it down to 20 because today is a $20 deal. And these ones are slightly larger. We had some that were similar a couple days ago, but these ones are slightly larger, just ever so slightly. So this is OTD 15, only $20. Do y'all like these kind of darker colors, color combos, or do you want to see some other kind of brighter color palettes? One of the only reasons why I showed that is because we've been having requests for this hematite lately, and we've been having requests for pyrite and things like that. So I thought it might be good to show you these since we've been having requests for them lately. And I just think these are lovely. I think this all could go together and make a really beautiful piece, or pieces. It'd be making a lot of pieces, actually. Some useful beads over here. All right, so OTD 12, OTD 13, OTD 14, OTD 15. I believe all of them are still available. So, yeah. All of them are still available. All right, so this is the black onyx. All right, so what are y'all up to? Are y'all doing anything fun? Watching anything good? We started watching a show called Ironheart on the Disney Channel, Disney Plus, or whatever it's called, Disney Forever. I don't know. I can't remember what that thing is called, but it's the Disney Channel. It's pretty good. I've just been so tired lately that I've been falling asleep a lot, so that's my fault. But it's been pretty good. Some of those superhero ones, I just get like so tired when I watch the CGI. So this has not been bad, and I think it's getting better because they have some of the characters that they're introducing I like. So we're watching that. There's a pair of earrings that the mom has, and it's like ostrich leather strung on hoops. And those look really nice. Anna's watching. Howdy, Anna. Hopefully you're doing well. All right. Michelle, so the Gilded Age is back, watching that. Oh, I'm excited to watch that. I'm going to wait a little bit before we get into that so that we can binge watch a couple of episodes. All right, let's do something. Oh, this is fun. All right, so this is it's a necklace, technically a necklace, but you can 100% cut it up. It's got some old beads on this. And I think like this, let's take a look. All right, so you've got this old agate beads. And these are all, looks like agate, and they're old. And I want to say that these were African maybe, and then restrung. And this necklace, just the bead part, this is 12. So just the bead part is 16 inches. These are some old agate beads, probably from Africa. This would be by itself, if it was sold as beads, it would be a lot because I collect African beads. So this is OTD 16, originally like 32. Today is only 20. There's one of these available. So OTD 16. Now, if you want perfect beads that don't have any chips or anything, then skip this one because these ones, they've been around the block. They're probably hundreds of years old, to be honest. And you can see it has been through it. But I think that adds to the character of it, you know. Sometimes, this is that one kind of looks like glass. No, this one maybe there. You know what? This may be old glass that's made to look like old agate. I think this is glass. Okay, I take that back. It's old glass that this is old glass that's made to look like agate because there's a steam line. See it? How the seam line. All right, so I revise my talk. This is old glass that's been made to look like agate. This stone is probably a stone. This focal is a stone, but these beads are old glass. And I'm guessing that these are trade beads. So OTD 16, only $20. I think that's a steal if you know what you're looking at. Michelle says that she's rewatching The Gilded Age so she can remember everything. Yeah, I done forgot a lot of that. I probably should do that. All right. Let's do something. Let's do a big deal. All right. So this is OTD 17, $40. And let's just slash it in half to 20. And there's one of these available. And let's do it. It's a great big strand of beautiful moonstone. Now, this is not for the shrinking violet. This is a big strand of this big moonstone. And you can tell, I mean, this is Bay Rebel style, but if you use it sparingly, I think it could be lovely. I don't know if you can see it. Every once in a while, you'll get a flash of blue. Maybe in the daylight, you can see a little bit better. I don't know if you can. It's not coming across on screen, at least not where I am looking at the screen. Oh, there's one. There's one. See it? It's not just your eyes. This is a great big strand of moonstone. It's really lovely. It's a big strand. This strand is probably a 16-inch strand, 16 inches, and they've got big pieces on it. So that's moonstone, y'all. And it's got that blue flash on it. See how? Look at that. All right. So this is OTD 17, only $20. All right. Let's see what's up next. Since we're doing big beads, let's do some other big beads. All right. So this one is some more of that dyed chalcedony. It's a shorty strand, but they got some of these big kind of egg nuggets and these pastel colors, kind of a pastel blue, pastel pink. This is approximately 8 inches. This is going to be OTD 18. OTD 18 was 32, now $20. So that's a $12 savings. There's one of these available. And I hope people like these because I think they're fun. Like this is, I think, a good savings, a good night for savings. Like if people are looking, I know that sometimes the $20 is a little bit, a lot. So these are about 24 by about 20, but it's going to change depending on how you look at how you measure them. And I know like $20 is a lot. So for beads sometimes. So I've tried to give really good deals to incentivize you and a little bit of treat yourself energy up in here. So maybe you can afford it when it was 40, but now that it's down to 20, and these are limited time only prices, I should mention that. So if you don't get them tonight, they're all going to go back up to the other prices that they were before. And I think those are also fair. We always try to have fair prices on our shows. And yeah, so but tonight we're kind of my gimmick, my shtick is that everything's $20 tonight. So that's why you're getting an extra special deal. Plus, it's kind of like, what's the weekend coming up? It's, it's 4th of July weekend coming up. All right. So I got, how about these? These are really pretty. These are lovely. All right. So this is a shorty strand of this. And it's pretty nice. This is green fluorite. These are these great big kind of nuggets. This would be great as like a pendant or even as like a pendulum. So this is green fluorite. It's a natural fluorite. It's not dyed. This is about 8-inch strand. This was 24, but now 20 tonight. So OTD 19, OTD 19 was 24. Now just $20. And there's one of these available. All right. So we've got OTD 16, OTD 17, OTD 18, OTD 19. All of those are currently still available. All right. So, yeah. I think these are all lovely, good prices on this. These are really pretty. I can't stop looking at these. They've got real beautiful shimmer to them. I love good fluorite. You know, it is a softer stone, and it's one of the ones you don't want to have it heat up. Don't stick that in the car window, and then be driving around, and then go into the, I don't know. Don't bake it in the car, and then go into the ice cold room with the air conditioner, because that thermal shock can kind of do stuff. But these ones are particularly lovely. That's a natural, beautiful kind of a Luna moth green. That kind of lovely, kind of not iridescent. It's kind of and it's not ephemeral. There's an word, a word that's kind of like, it sounds like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But lovely, lovely, lovely color. We've also got these lovely faceted dyed chalcedony nuggets. We've got these lovely moonstone nuggets, and this beautiful strand of antique, probably Czech, maybe German. These are old glass beads made to look like banded agate. And there's one little stone bead, and I would cut that up and restring it. And those are probably trade beads, so probably worth even more than 32. So that's OTD 16, OTD 17, OTD 18, and OTD 19. All right, let's see. What are y'all up to? Anything interesting? Are you making anything? What are y'all doing? Let me see if I have a smaller bag for that. I have been working on enameling, and I am super excited. I've come up with some really fun ideas, and I really, really want to see if they turn out. So I may call on reinforcements and have a couple of folks that I enamel with take a gander at it and at my plans. I've been talking with a couple other people. They noticed I've been doing some experiments, and we've been talking. Michelle said, "Have my snack back to the triangle." So yeah, I've been enameling and enjoying that a lot. I'm excited. I've got some fun plans. I have been working on that sculpture with circular brick stitch, and it's going pretty well. But we'll see. All right. So 16, 17, 18, and 19. All right, so this is going to be OTD 20. And all right. So this one, all right, we've had on the show before. And it was 36, was 28. And tonight only it's going to be $20. And this is this beautiful natural strawberry quartz. So you can see those inclusions. Don't mind my nails. I've been working in the studio all day today. And I'm not doing them justice, let me tell you, but they've got this subtle kind of pinkish glow to them. And that's from those deposits of iron in them. And it makes them really glow. They've got that peachy glow to them. So this is a shorty strand. This is approximately 6 inches. These are faceted briolettes. These are a natural strawberry quartz. See that kind of natural speckling? This isn't dyed. Some of the strawberry quartz you see on the market is just dyed quartz. This is a natural quartz, strawberry quartz. I think there's another word for it. It's like hematoid. All right, so they measure about 10. Usually these are fairly 10 by 10, and then by about 5 or so. 10 by 10 by 5. 6-inch strand, OTD 20, only $20. So far, no claims since 11. So, you know, that's not always great, but I get it. All right, let's do something different. Maybe y'all are tired of gemstones. Let's do some glass. How about these? All right. I was hesitant. I didn't know if I was going to do this or not. I'm going to do it. All right. Let me get a triangle if we got it so it doesn't spill everywhere. It's kind of overflowing. Whoop. All right. This is beautiful David Christensen furnace glass. This is the real deal. This is OTD 21. Was 32. Now only 20. And there's one of these available. This David Christensen furnace glass. And let me spill it out so you can actually see it. Let me see if I can. I'm going to put some paper down so you can see the colors. Whoop. So this is not the knockoff. This is real. And you've got some of the fun shapes in this one. And I put a penny in there too so you can see it. All right, this used to be sold by the gram. But she got some beautiful kind of ones with the gold stone in it. So it's got that slight sparkle and that black core. There's a couple on there that's got that kind of gold. This one, it's actually made from copper, believe it or not. I'm going to experiment with that too with enamel. I got some powdered gold stone that I'm going to experiment with. You also have this heart that's the rainbow heart, which is my favorite of the bunch. So you got all of this. This is David Christensen furnace glass beads. These are done how like glass blowers. They take and they make canes and then they twist it around and then they chop it up and then they use the furnace and then they heat it and it softens some of the cuts. So that's why it's called furnace glass. Sometimes you're like, why don't they call it lampwork glass? Lampwork glass is made in a different way. It's made by taking like a rod that's been dipped in bead release The bead release is left to dry, and then they take rods of glass and they kind of like spin it around, and they spin it in the flame of a little torch. The reason why they call them lamp work is because they used to use oil lamps back in the old times, and that's how they would make those beads. So they would heat those up and make the beads like that. This is made in a very different process. It's both glass, and they're both very, both styles are very lovely processes, but this is a very different technique. This is kind of what you would see like a glass blower who makes like goblets and stuff would make. So different ways of making same material. These are David Christensen OTD 21, $20 only. One of those available. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do next? I have some ideas, but I don't know. What do y'all think? Is there anything that you're looking for? I know some of y'all, today's the $20 deal night, so maybe, I don't know. Wednesdays, generally speaking, are a little hit or miss for us. And at least they have been. So you never know who's going to be watching. But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything you're looking for? I could dig around. If there's something more that you would like instead of what I have been offering. Like I have another Chalcedony lot. Dyed Chalcedony lot. This was 32 originally. Beautiful short strand. This is going to be OTD 22. Was 32. Now only 20 for tonight only. So all these prices are going to go up back if they don't get picked up. But I thought it'd be fun. So it was 32. Then it was 25. And now it's 20 for tonight only. Kazuri beads. I may have some Kazuri beads. I don't know if I can make them into $20 bundles or not, though. So those are OTD 22. And I think those are fun. They could go together. They live in the same world. All right. How about we do some all right. So one of my friends, they closed their beads store, and so I bought some of their beads to help them out. And let's see about this. I'm gonna clear the decks, and we're gonna take a look at these beads. Now, we've never shown these beads before because I was like, I don't know. But what if I make little lots of these beads, and then folks can get them if they want them. We'll see. I don't know. We're just going to see how it goes. I really want to get back to enameling, but I kind of want to show some more beads because I haven't shown everything that I want to show tonight. OTD 22 is beautiful. Thank you. That's some of that dyed chalcedony. It's got a beautiful kind of glowing green color. All right. I know the white is sometimes harsh, but I thought those looked particularly nice with the David Christensen so that you can see all the colors. Sometimes when you have like a colored background like this, it kind of washes the color out. So, all right. So this is going to be OTD 23. OTD 23. And it's going to be $20. And you're going to get a bunch of different kinds of beads. All right. So these were jasper. And they're round, kind of twisted. They were $2. This round jasper, $2. So that's $4. This other round kind of coin jasper, very kind of like organic, $2. So that's $6. There's this jasper. That's $2.25. So that's 2, 6. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 25. Let's try to add some this black brown agate. These are $5 a piece. At one point, 5. Here's another one. 10, 15, 20. So that's 28, 25 right now. Let's do how about we do some of these? These are kind of cool. This one looks like it was broke, but that's the way that it is. Alright. So these were $2 a piece. And they're also a brown kind of agate. So that's 30. Okay, so that's 10.25 plus 20 is 30.25, 32.25. All right, this is a $3.50, and this is kind of a Williams here. Hello. Howdy. How's it going? It's kind of quiet tonight, but you know, we're doing it. All right, so all of these beads is worth over $20 retail, for only $20. How about that? You like that idea, or is that like not a good idea? So this is OTD 23, $20 for all these random loose beads. I'm not gonna measure everything because it'll be like you'd be like, oh my gosh.
Ooh, these are nice.
Anna says, I bought those OTD 22 previously. They are gorgeous. I think they are. They're very glowy, aren't they? Wow. And they're Anna verified.
Anna verified. Look at these.
So there is a little bit of translucency to these. This is that brown agate. And this is like a banded agate. So basically agate. And look at that one glowing at you. But that was originally marked for $5.
$5 each.
Yeah. And now you're getting everything.
There you get everything for the price of those 4.
I try to make a good deal so that to entice people.
Ooh, look at that.
You know. No takers so far. Oh wow.
Slow night.
You know, it comes in waves. 'Cause we've had a couple claims, but they kind of petered out at 11. So,
It seemed like you were busy until then.
and then I don't know what happened. And then we got more people watching, but less sales. So who knows? All right. How
Hopefully
was your
our email's
class?
not dead.
Oh, yeah. Check it, William.
Because that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
My class was good. I just decorated because I was going to do trimming, but then our damp box got too dry, so everything was dried out.
Oh.
So I couldn't trim. And then I was going to work on my planter, and the whole bottom cracked.
Oh no.
Gigantic crack. So I have to work on something like that.
If you didn't see the beginning, I shared this. I did that today. I did this today.
Ooh, you added purple to them. What is this magic?
I've tried to fix them. Because I messed them up. And then I was like, oh, I like them the way they were. Oh, wow. All right. So I did buy a couple things. Oh, trial.
Yeah.
It went through.
Went through.
So it's not an email. Let's see. OTD 24. Everything tonight is $20. And then it's going to be a mix. Let's see. So there's some Jasper coming up. There's these great big Jasper. These are fun. This is Jasper. This is Jasper. So these are $3. $3.
Ooh, those are fun.
This is like, you know what this is? I know exactly what this is. They had these loose beads in containers, I bet, and then they just got rid of all of them. So that's $9. These chalcedony were $2 a piece.
These are pretty.
These like $2 a piece.
Oh, little jellies.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They almost look like they're
That's
that
your $20 right there.
Vaseline glass.
Yeah, they do. Look at those jellies.
Makes me in the mood for jelly beans.
Amen.
I want some.
Oh, and these are top drilled.
Look at that. So you're gonna have these, they'll hang like a little pendant.
Yeah.
So that's unusual.
That is very unusual.
They kind of look like that Vaseline glass. I like those, especially this one. This one.
That particular one.
Correct. That's the favorite. All right. So we're at, was that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? That's $20. That's plus 9. That's 29. Maybe I add $2 more to make it 30. I'm gonna add
How's everybody doing? What's everybody up to today?
it's quiet.
It's quiet today.
Correct. All right. And these beads, I don't know what these are. Jasper, your friend Jasper, $125 and $2. So that's $30 worth of beads, $10 off. I think these are nice. Best Buy. I don't know what Best Buy means. Probably busy.
Everybody's busy.
All right. Busy learning a triangle. All right. So this is OTD 24, $20. This is a loose bead special. Y'all like loose bead special? Maybe they're tired of me. William's here.
See you.
I know.
They never get to see you anymore.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Look at that loose bead special.
Is that mine? Let me see. This is some random.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are y'all liking them? No, nobody's liking them. Michelle says, I will share on the triers. We'll see. All right. OTD 25. Let's do another try at some of these loose beads. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Maybe you're like, blah, blah. All right. This is some Jasper. That kind of looks like a cat poop. All right.
Way to sell it.
I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not selling it anyway. All right. Here, a little cat turd bead. 2, 3 little cat turd beads. That's $9 worth.
$9 worth of cat turds.
There you go. All right. Here's some more. Here. You want another cat turd? Oh, here we go. Another one. That's another $3 one.
Are these yours?
Another one of this. No. And then another of these Jasper. That's $3. Let's see. Here's Ooh, that's a pretty one. Michelle's laughing her ass off. This one is like a quartz that's been electroplated and got this Rainbow Nation on it. And it says, I was just gonna say they're just like jelly beans. And this one is like amethyst nugget. That's a bead. See it? It's rough.
Ooh, this is. Look at that. What is that again?
It's a electroplated quartz.
Ooh, that's pretty. And it's like only like partially done. Like it's super cool.
It's rough and ready, like ready. Me and my man.
You rough and ready.
And this one's the amethyst.
Deep, deep, dark.
And amethyst. Then this is looks like a prehnite.
Rough prehnite.
Rough prehnite. So that's the $4. That's the high end. So
high dollar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 15 plus 3 is 18 plus 12.
30.
So this is $30 worth of loose beads for $20 only. Just like jelly beans.
Just like jelly beans. What went through? What one's sold?
I don't even know anymore. It's been so long. You stop kicking my stuff. Watch your feet.
What did people get?
Why are you digging? You're messing up my stuff.
I wanted to see.
Look at the computer.
I don't know what they were.
Oh, wow. You know what? Didn't even want the David Christensen. $20. I thought that was nice. You know what? That's all right. All right, let's see. Let's try another one. One more, maybe, of these kind of loose, weirdo beads. No wonder why the bead store went out of business. Oh. I told them that I bought these from one of my friends. They had a bead store that went out of business. So this is their loose bead section. Vicky says, you guys are fun, but gotta go. Have a good evening. Well, thanks, Vicky, for tuning in.
For hanging out with us.
So there are these agate coins, and then these like some kind of agate shard. Another one of these agate shards. And this one, that's for free.
That's for free.
Okay, how about these serpentine? These are 50 cents each. Ooh, some of these. Looks like they drilled some of these holes to make them bigger. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Let's see. How about these? These are nice. There's some pineapple quartz and some prehnite. How about that? All right, these are $3 each. And these little pineapple quartz. Those are $2 each. 2, 4, 6, 8 times 2, 16 plus 9. That's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. About $35 worth. And what's this code? It is OTD26. William, you can show them closer.
I can show them closer.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those. Those are pretty.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I like these. This is my style. This
That
kind
little
of
shard.
shard drops. Look at that. That's a nice gemstone pair for earrings.
No, I think why this one sounds so creative. Is all right. I should go back and enamel.
You finish up. What are you doing?
I feel like we're gonna end on a different number tonight. No, we're only got 4 more left, and then I'll finish.
Make it to the end. You can do it.
I don't want to do it.
You got stuff to. You have stuff to show.
I probably could. All right, here we go. Let's do it. I'll grit my teeth and act like I'm mad at it.
Give them some real good deals.
I did. I've been given $10, $12 off. One is $20 off. Basically, I'm paying people to buy the beads. Hey, that's OTD 26, $20. They don't like my sass. Right? I said, I don't need it. I turn it off.
Sass.
Let they do.
Let he do.
Michelle says, LOL. You don't want to know, William.
No, I don't want to know.
You'll see. He does the spreadsheets.
I do the spreadsheets. What am I going to see?
Alright, how about this whole bag of this, like, stuff? That's the marble. Basically $1 for that. How about... Oh, these are Jasper. These are $4 a piece. These are pretty, actually. What? These little bralettes. How many are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's $40, though. $40.
$40. What are those?
They're Jasper. But they're really pretty. They're like a faceted. I think those are pretty anyways.
They are really pretty.
Let's make it extra sweet in case you don't think it. This is some Top Drill Imperial Jasper. This is $4.25 a piece. It's $8.50 plus 40 plus $2. So $50. How about that? Can't beat that with a stick. Even wholesale, that's more.
Yeah, it is.
All right. OTD 27. Oh, you guessed it. $20.
Oh, you guessed it.
How about that? If that doesn't sell, I don't know. Well, maybe you don't like it. That's also that. Could be that. Sometimes people don't like the same things I like. I also didn't show this very well. I kind of gave up when William got here.
Why did you give up?
Because I want a snack, I think. Some jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go now if you want a snack.
I stop at the Sheets.
I was gonna get Dollar General. Do
What?
we need any fixins for dinner?
No.
Okay.
All right. So that one is OTG 27. Jasper Palooza. I'll make it sound nice. Jasper Cash. The Jasper Cash.
Jasper Cash.
Toss some food to Andrew.
Cash.
He don't have any.
I do not have any. You're right.
And we got rid of our little snack packs here because we don't eat them quick enough. And then this like stale. I tried to force down one of those stale pretzels, and it tasted funny. Oh, somebody! I don't want to short somebody this speed. That's a $1.25. I kind of want to make the ramen, believe it or not. We got this like bougie ramen a couple months ago, and
been craving it ever since.
so we've had it like every single night. So it's kind of, and like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So then I was like,
overdid it, but now it's coming back around.
I know I'm hungry for it, but I could use some jelly beans for energy. All right, OTD 28. $20 because everything is $20 tonight. How about this little mix and match? So there's all kinds of stuff in this. So there's like, this is Canadian Jade, $2. This Whitestone, I'm not 100% sure what that is. There's another little donut. Look like a belly button. Oh, here's some soda light. You know what this kind of reminds me of is the African drum beads. Yeah, I'll just get this random. They said that this is amethyst.
Ooh, look at that.
These are all kind of like randomy shapes. And then, let's see. This is top draw aventurine, red aventurine. How much is this a piece? This is $2 a piece. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. What is this? Let's do these ones. These are kind of wild.
Ooh.
Here's a piece of pyrite.
That's nice. Pyrite slab.
$7 pyrite slab.
How's that drilled? Ooh, it's drilled that way.
This stone.
Top to bottom. This stone.
Looks like it's been irradiated to make it rainbow. And this one, probably
nice.
agate, irradiated agate. This is, I don't know what this is. Somebody must love it. There you go, you can have it. Here goes. There's another one. This one's kind of sharp.
That's pretty cool, actually. I like that.
That one's sharp.
Sharp.
Do y'all want that, or do you want me to pitch it?
Why? Because it's sharp?
Looks like it broke off. But it broke off before we got it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any little giblet.
No, that's cool.
There's some top drilled Chalcedony.
People like the Chalcedony.
Dyed chalcedony.
Do they? Do they?
We had some chalcedony earlier that would go well with that. These are a little bit more milky. Like this one, milky.
Milky.
All right. All this random stuff for $20. How about that? That's worth it.
That is worth it. Well, you figure what one this is for, right?
That's 7.
This is 7.
That's 11.
It's 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That right there is
And then
$20.
these are $2 a piece. So
Mhm.
2, 4, 6, 8. That's worth it.
Yeah, for those of you who'd like to make pendants out of these single beads, put them on a chain. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, about 34 beads for $20.
I'm gonna give you this one. There you go.
So about 50 cents a bead, 57 cents a bead.
All right. I mean, I know I'm not really showing those to their best advantage. You know, the thing is like if I, you know, tried, I don't know. You know, if I had like, put that kind of more, I don't know. I don't know how to sell that. If they were in little crystal bowls like how we do at the store, those would probably do well.
I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to take to the store. I can see.
I guess. Pitch in the driveway.
Oh,
Don't cry, little beads.
you just sold 28.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Hallelujah. I can get them jelly beans now.
Can afford the jelly beans.
Am I just going to keep adding and adding and adding? And then people are like, whoa, that's enough.
When you get this pile in front of the camera.
I know.
$20. Going broke.
No. Thank you, though. We're just joking.
Yeah.
You all know how we do. We joke.
Y'all are here every night.
I know. You're here every night. I'm surprised you're not tired of us. Mostly you would be tired of William because I haven't been on very much lately.
You're going to get tired of me.
No, they like you. You do better than me.
I don't know.
Alright, let's do, this is going to be OTD.
Look, you got some extra wind in your sail.
29. Huh?
You got some extra wind in your sail.
Where?
From that sail. What about these?
OTD 30 left.
Those yours? You know somewhere people like the big beads.
Well, let's just do these and then I'm going to be done.
Okay.
Because I got stuff to do. My kiln is probably cold as ice.
That's what I was showing him.
Yeah, but that's not $20 worth. Alright, here's this. Beautiful.
I know how much that costs.
Yeah, this was how they were to before.
That's enough to make William swear.
Oh well. Haha. Was 42. Now 20.
These, y'all. These are garnets. Those beautiful berry garnets. Faceted. Oh, less than half price.
And that was a good price. Alright.
42 down to 20.
These ones is your favorite. Tiger's Eye. Was 24 a strand. Now 20 a strand. There's 3 strands available. Alright. So that's it.
Is this what he was doing earlier, y'all?
No, don't worry about it. I'm trying to end on a nice note. People like me. Trying to bribe you with affection.
Bribe you with good prices.
I mean, we could go to 40 if you want, but I don't know if people want. If it's going to be quiet time, Then I got stuff I got.
You better work on your stuff.
All right, let's go. I need to cook. It's gonna take like 5 hours.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Nice to hang out with you for a little bit. I got here just in time kind of for the end, but hope you all had a good time. Thank you for joining us tonight. And if you have any questions, you know where to reach out. info@allegorygallery.com. And yeah, grab that one, somebody, because that's nice. All right, y'all. Have a great night. And we'll be back here with something else for you tomorrow.
You didn't even measure the garnet.
Oh, you want me to measure the garnets? Oh my goodness. Let me measure these garnets for the people. Now he's going to tell me. These are approximately 8 millimeters by, I think they're 6. Yes, 8 by 6 millimeter garnets.
And how long is it?
And how long is that strand?
And they're unusual, like a table cut, top drill, table cut.
They are unusual for sure. It's a 12-inch strand of high quality. Those little purpley garnets. Slightly top drilled, faceted round on one side and flat backed on the other. I don't know what that cut is called, but it's almost like they were going to set them in a ring, right?
This gem quality.
They are gem quality. It's like they were going to be set in rings like that. You know how you'd set the pointy part down. Those are going to be the rings. But then they said, oh, you know what? Let's drill them. And they made them into drops. That's a really good deal because that's gem quality, probably originally for rings. Anyway, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Have an amazing night, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
See ya.